Hi, everybody. Welcome to the second segment of episode 206 of Sold with Updike Pugh. I'm Jeff Updike.
I'm Weston Pugh, and today we thought we'd take a little look at some of our favorite museums here in Dallas. Now, let's iterate that there are a lot of other museums that we didn't get, but because of time, we took and chose these 8.
And we are, I think, incredibly lucky living in the Dallas-Fort Worth area to have such the quality of museums that we have.
Absolutely. So the first one we want to take a look at is going to be the Dallas Contemporary, and this one is located in the Design District. Currently, they are featuring a exhibition by Shepard Fairey. We just went there, I believe, last week. It is an amazing interactive space. It is worth the go see. I think that you said it was $10 was the contribution.
Suggested contribution.
Definitely worth this one. Take a look at this one right here. Shepard Fairey started off as a street artist, I believe, back in the early 2000s. Started with Obey Giant, you may remember that, and then from there has become really popular. His Barack Obama poster for Hope when he was running in 2008 also was extremely popular.
There's a second exhibition going on there that was really incredibly moving, and this is an instrumental video that takes you through the women, or well, actually, many people in Africa that are in Johannesburg, in South Africa, that are just randomly being killed.
Yeah.
And I know it's a rough subject, but it is well worth the time to go in and experience that.
Absolutely. What's the second one we're going to take a look at?
Dallas Museum of Art. This is kind of the crown jewel of our museums here. It is anchored just right off of Clyde Warren Park. The exhibits that come and go, there's always some free general admission exhibit that's going on, and then many times they have something of an extra exhibit that may cost you $15 or $20 to get into. If you become a member of the museum, it's incredibly discounted, but I've never been to an exhibit there that I didn't enjoy.
They had the Islamic Cartier jewelry exhibition there that was in the summer. It was an amazing one. They did a really great job, I thought, with the graphics that actually showed digitally how those jewels were made. Made it all make sense. Not that I could ever do it, but I love the way that was done.
And the next one is the Crow Museum of Asian Art. And this is a collection of art that has been brought together by the Crow family, which is a kind of a deep Dallas embedded family in our history. And it has been several years since I've been to this. It is not directly, but kind of catty-cornered across from the National Sculpture Center.
This one's free. This is one of my first museums here in Dallas that I went to. It is one of my all-time favorites. They really lean in quite often with ceramics that are Japanese inspired. Also, this is connected to the Tremel Crow office space above. And if you go into the lobby there is another one of my favorite artists named Jacob Hashimoto, and he has 2 installations there that are amazing. I spent like an hour just sitting in the lobby looking at them.
Interesting.
Go look at them. They're worth it.
The next museum is the Perot Museum of Nature and Science, and this is an incredible museum that was primarily funded by the Perot family, which, if you remember Ross Perot, he ran for president a couple of times back in the 80s. He was the man that started EDS. His family has just been incredibly enmeshed in the Dallas history and especially in arts things like this. They are definitely a family that shares their money through philanthropic ways.
Yep. And one of the things that we want to point out is this is an extremely educational for the young ones, but on Thursday nights, check the calendar. This is a great time to go. It's an adult only, and it's a sip and see. So this one is worth it. Next up, we're going to take a look at the Nasher Sculpture, and this is an amazing center. This one is actually both an indoor and an outdoor museum. The works on the inside change probably on the quarter. The ones that are on the outside, those are actually permanent, and they are all amazing.
And one of your favorite artists had an exhibition here about a year and a half ago.
Harry Botoria?
One of your other favorites.
Who?
The Blobs.
Oh, Dan Lamb. Yeah, that's right. Dan Lamb did get in there. I forgot about that. She made that giant one.
Huge exhibit in there.
She did a great job. So, and again, that goes back to like, this is a local family and they're reaching out And when they find those local artists, they are really great at pulling them in and figuring out how to fold them on a national level.
And if the name Nasher kind of sounds familiar to you, they are the family that created and still to this day owns North Park Mall.
And that, my friend, is why you see so much art in North Park Mall. Actually, you can see as much art in North Park Mall as you can in some museums. They actually have a permanent cause there.
Yes.
And they have I'm sorry, I'm
No,
just
no,
so
no,
excited.
go,
And
go.
Warhol. I've got everybody.
Yeah. And if you want to really get into the history of Dallas and some of the movers and shakers, look up Raymond and Patsy Nasher, because they started collecting art in the 40s. I mean, when they were, I wouldn't say dirt poor. I don't know they were ever dirt poor, but they were really stretching to create their art or create their collection. Yeah,
It's amazing.
the next one is the Dallas Holocaust Museum, and this is anchored in the West End. I went to this right after it opened, and it is an incredibly moving exhibit about what happened during the Holocaust. Yeah. There's no way for me to tell you how moving this was. Well worth going, emotionally heavy, be prepared for that, but again, well worth going.
Absolutely. One of the others that you wouldn't think about is actually the Meadows Museum, and this is actually on the campus of SNU. One of the most amazing things about this is they have one of the North America's largest Spanish assembly of art, and it is really great. But it's not just the classics that they carry. It is a wonderful school. It actually also has a library, and I have recently found out that the library can actually you can become a member and not be a student.
Interesting. I
That's
was
what
not aware
I'm
of
doing
that.
soon. So excited.
And the last one we wanted to give you a little information on is the Frontiers of Flight Museum. This is a museum that is anchored at Love Field. You don't have to go into Love Field to get to it. It enters off of Lemon Avenue and University. This is all about the history of aeronautics, space, helicopters, everything. Plus, I'm glad that came up. It is a great event space.
Absolutely, and it can hold so many people there.
I've been to like the No Tie Dinner
Yep.
has had their event there now for many, many years, and it's an environment that works out really well.
It is great. Well, we hope that you found this very interesting. We again took the top 8. There are so many others. If you'd like one, let us know. We'd be happy to talk about it.
And just remember, we want to be your realtors for life.